We're at Equip for 2023, and we have a special guest. You asked for him, we have him. Conrad's back. Thank you so much
Good to see you, Vince. Thank you for having me.
So I heard that you were at the forefront of research and development for this bike. What can you tell us about it? Is this gas powered or is this battery operated?
No, this is battery operated. It's Ego's first hub motor. The hub motor is, and it sounds silly to say, it's extremely, extremely quiet. And it also takes away the complexity of the chain. It's also really, really efficient. It's dual port, so peak power. Runs off 2 batteries.
You need 2 though.
You don't need 2.
You can run 1.
Yeah, you can run on 1. It'll run better off 2. For sure, you'll get more power, but it'll run off 1. It'll be kitted with 2 7.5s, but there'll also be a bare tool option.
Everybody wants to know how fast is this thing?
It'll go 28 miles an hour.
28 miles an hour. Here's another question on the bike.
Those gas classic mini bikes are all about 20 miles an hour, so it's faster than them.
Wow. So we have a brake light?
Yep.
We have a headlight?
Headlights. It's not street legal. It's off-road and private property use only.
Okay.
Other cool features, it actually has a storage bay here.
Okay.
Big enough to stuff like a windbreaker or something like that, but it's also like slotted, so it'll nicely hold a 3rd battery.
Oh, wow.
So if you drain these 2 down, you can pull one out, throw it here, and take the battery out, put it there.
I might have missed it. Did you tell us range?
20 miles.
20 miles?
As kitted, yeah.
Is it, you have like, can I go full out for 20 miles?
No, that's at like the normal range. We have different modes, so you have like an eco, normal, and sport. Sport mode's more acceleration, so that sort of depletes you a little bit. A lot of those classic mini bikes were like a straight frame, and there'd be like a seat with a couple springs underneath them.
Okay.
And so like when you're scooting across grass or dirt at 20 miles an hour, you really had no suspension. The other thing is their foot pegs were way out here. So even when you hit bumpy spots, you actually couldn't stand up on that foot peg.
Gotcha.
So what we did is we moved the foot peg back a little bit. That gives you the ability to ride in like an aggressive position or like load into bumps, that kind of thing. And then we also gave it like a monoshock rear suspension, so it actually has real suspension.
Real suspension.
Right. How about it?
Brakes?
Dual hydraulic. You can only go as fast as you can slow down. So it's dual hydraulic disc brakes, so you can slow down late into a corner.
I got another question. Does this use regenerative braking at all? Is that
we aren't using it. It could, but we aren't using it because we want it to be able to freewheel. So like you can let off the gas, and if you would do a bunch of regenerative, when you let off the gas, it would kind of like jerk you forward. We didn't want that effect.
Okay.
So we wanted it to be more like you let off the gas and it coasted.
Coast. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Take a seat.
I'm not going to take center stage. I want the tractor to take center stage.
This is something our users have really been asking for. You know, we launched with the ZTR in 2021, and then we had a 52. Last year we did an E-Steer. But we have people that either have a little bit smaller yard, or tractor users tend to be a little bit more utility driven, where they use it to tow trailers. So come with 6 amp-hour batteries. It's got some storage, because everybody's like got gloves, that kind of thing. But it's still, it's still an Ego, so you still charge the batteries in there. The screen still gives you a lot of flexibility in terms of like customizing blade speeds, all of that.
The charging alone, just the ability to put 6 of the batteries in there and plug it in and have them all rapidly charge,
it's a big deal.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yep, it's a big deal. Because you can use it as a fast charger kind of for your other stuff.
That's what I do.
Yep.
That's what I do. It's easier than plugging in multiple rapid chargers. So will there be, I know there's accessories for the zero turns, as far as sunshades.
There'll be a bagger.
Are we going to have a specific Ego trailer? Is that in the future?
We're working on a trailer. Yep.
Nice.
Yep, we're working on a trailer. Yep, we're working on a trailer.
All right, beautiful.
It's the same deck as the 42-inch CTR.
Okay. So same deck.
Same deck.
So you're going to get the same cut quality.
Correct. Yep. Cuts the same.
Just in a different.
Just a different form factor. It saves. So a ZTR is dual motor in the back.
Yes.
So there's already like a cost associated to another motor.
Okay.
That other motor has to have another circuit board, and then because you're driving more motors, there's like almost an efficiency loss, so you need more batteries to sort of overcome that.
Yeah.
So we can actually get like a really nice range with less battery and a little bit lower cost because there's one less motor in it.
So there are 2 more products I see out of the corner of my eye.
Right.
I'm hoping that you can give us some information
I can give you, yeah, I can do it. I worked with Ego for 5 years.
Yes.
And since before I started, this predates me, the #1 most asked for thing is a pressure washer. The second most asked for thing
I've been asking.
is a wet dry vac. And we listened to them, and we're sitting there for years reading like, I know, you want a pressure washer. Here's your pressure washer.
So 2 batteries? You need both batteries?
You don't need both batteries, but again, it'll give you more power if you run 2 batteries in it. 3,200 PSI,
wow. Okay.
Which is powerful. Like, don't hit your foot, that'll hurt. There'll be like a brass foaming cannon. So this is the one that comes with it, but there'll be another cannon that's like a brass one. That makes it more sudsy. Has the quick connects already on.
So quick connects, and then, so you can either go with the foam cannon or then go with your wand.
Correct. This has like all your power settings and stuff like that. So you can actually make the changes on the wand itself.
Okay. How's this powered?
Small little battery.
Gotcha.
Just like a little watch battery kind of thing. I think it's a CR2132.
So it's a watch battery. So it's not something they have to recharge. You have a like a life expectancy?
It's a summer's worth easy.
So what heads are included with this?
Your broad heads all the way through like the 0 little nozzle thing. So you get 4 heads with it.
Gotcha. And this is what, the foam cannon?
Yeah, that's like a...
It's a Sudser?
Sudser something.
A turbo. It's a turbo.
It says turbo on it, so it must be good.
Listen, it's good if it says turbo.
Yeah, turbo's good.
Undoubtedly, one of the most exciting things for me is this shop vac. What can you tell us, Conrad, please?
I know, so it's a 9-gallon wet dry vac. Run up to 60 minutes of run time.
1 battery or 2 batteries?
1 battery, 20 minutes on turbo. Comes kitted with all your sort of standard attachments, but we tried to do a good job of like storing them and having them sort of tucked away.
One of the things that really caught my eye, and it's always of concern for me as a contractor, is the hose. I don't have to worry about it yanking out of the front.
Correct, you can pull it, which is what people do. You can pull it by the thing. This actually, it's not on there, but it will have remote on-off. It's another thing, so like if you're working in your car, you can turn it on, you can turn it off, but not have to go back to the machine to do it.
These casters look to lock.
Yes.
So a lot of times, if I'm in the process of working, sometimes if there's no locking wheels, the vacuum can actually brush into what I'm working on.
Oh, okay.
High-end cabinets, whatever. So I like the idea that this little extra has been added to the rack.
All right.
Can I jump in there?
Let's do it. No. No, sorry.
I heard the seat's real comfortable.
The seat is very comfortable.
Okay. Yeah. We want to know everything that you know and can share with us about this.
So what we have here is our first commercial ZTR. So this doesn't share a single part from our current ZTR. Current ZTR is a residentially aimed ZTR. This was developed to be a commercial ZTR to live through the rigors of hot days, riding on an open trailer, of like getting abused, high hours.
What happens if something does go down? Like how is this serviced? Will it be serviced at a local dealer somewhere?
Yeah, like a dealer could do the service. We wanted to make it easy for the dealer to do that service. And then even if at some point maybe make it so that like a user at some point could even like do the service themselves. Like we want to make it like plug and chug, like like you're able to diagnose it, fix it, address it, get to it easily.
I think that's great news. And a lot of people are going to be happy to hear this.
Yeah, it's making it easy to work on was important to us.
What is running this monster?
So we can walk around the back.
We're gonna swing around.
We've spent you touch it. Oh my God. So we spent a lot of time interviewing landscapers. What we noticed interviewing them is they were telling me a lot of times they were only using like 30, sometimes maybe 40% of that battery during the day. But what we noticed is they're spending like $40,000 on a ZTR with this really big battery, and you're only using like 30% of it a day. And I remember talking to this one landscaper, like we were out in California. I'm like, I'd be sort of livid if I spent that much money and I was only using this little portion of the battery. And so what we wanted to do is be able to make it so you could right size your battery, like put enough in, or not, to make it do what it needs to do throughout an entire day. But then like also hit the price point so we can stay south of 20K. We spent a lot of time researching landscapers. We weren't trying to understand the products. We were trying to understand like how's the money flow, how their business operate, what kind of margins are they working on.
You know what? That's going to mean a lot. What happens sometimes with these regulations is that it prices the small guy out of business. Like think about how do some people get started in landscaping? They start out as a child, going from house to house.
We talked to them, yeah. They started with their dad's 21-inch lawnmower.
And you know what? I think it's great that Ego is taking into consideration the small people or the small guy that's just getting started out. does this mower need to run on all 3 of these batteries?
No,
or?
it could run on less. It's actually 4. There's a 4th bay.
Oh, there's a 4th slot.
Yeah, there's a 4th slot up there.
Okay.
But no, it'll run on like 2.
It can run on 2 of these. And you know,
and 2 would be like, 2 would be about equivalent, like acreage, about like 4-ish acres.
Wow, really? You have this larger battery, 2 of them, possibly. Yep. You're able to, during the course of the day, you don't need to even recharge your string trimmer or blower battery. Conventionally, with a cord or a charger, you could just plug it back into your mower.
And then at the end of the day, you're just charging one thing. We actually have an insert that'll launch along with this. So if you wanted, this got 4 slots. So if you wanted to run this off of 8 Power Plus batteries, you could. You are not limited to the high capacity battery.
So you've even made the mower backwards compatible.
Backwards compatible.
Bare tool option for the mower?
We probably, through dealers, we probably could.
Guess what though? Some people that are already invested in the batteries or other products, they might go, listen, I don't need those batteries. I just need the mower.
Or an early adopter who has a 52 and a whole bunch of 12s that they've been running it off of for a landscaper application would be able to take those 12s, put them in this machine.
That's awesome. People can expect that this mower will do the job that the commercial zero turn has been doing. Mm-hmm. The tires, the turns, they're going to get a product that meets or exceeds what they're currently using, correct?
Correct, yep.
Awesome.
You got it, man.
Listen, I appreciate you taking your time. Thank you so much for the explanation. I think we got to go look at some batteries now.
Yeah, we'll talk to Nikki on the charging stuff.
We're going to go check out the charging stuff for our new commercial mower that I don't really need, but I'm probably going to buy it anyway. Thanks, Conrad.
Yeah.